Last game of the night. As we get ready to go to the Delta Center next week, Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart. This is the Rockford Lightning and the Butte Daredevils. It's Ace Reiser. Boy, nobody home on that one.
Yeah, I got the rhythm messed up and think he was looking for a teammate, but...
Did you see who's here? Coleman Atwater in the Davis High School.
Hey, awesome. I haven't seen Coleman playing this yet. Here he is on D.
Oakwar. Throws it into Frankham. Oh, Ace Reiser comes down and takes it away. Put the ball on the floor around guards. They're going to get it. It's coming back, and Soren just sends that ball out of play. On it's Bryce Mella, number 30. Maybe it was 38. It's 38.
I thought it was Reese.
It is Soren Reese. Your first instinct's usually the correct one. I learned in the movie Coming to America. Sent out to Ace Reiser. If we see Millmore on edge at this moment, is that jump hook won't go. It's because
Dusty's a little tense.
A little tense. Got 2 on, down 2. Trey Turner and then Bryce Harper coming to the plate. Is on the take and make.
It's really just the postseason hanging in the balance for Dusty's B team. So the A team didn't make it.
It's on the B side. And it's funny, 2 guys I spend a lot of time with are NL East fans. Kyle Wilson, who's watching the stream, and Jeff Hansen, who's not watching the stream. And
who's Kyle?
Braves.
He's a Braves guy, too.
Fan, he loved Davis Justice as a kid. That was like one major point of contention for us. That ball knocked out of bounds. In fact, his brother was a huge Bash Brothers fan back in the day. Now all of a sudden he's been a lifelong Yankees fan for the last however long. But I don't forget posters on walls.
Well, in fairness, if that was my owner, I'd want to look for something else too.
That wasn't what happened. But
okay.
Now Zach will go back and hear about this. There's a step out of bounds there for Landon Shaw.
You know, and I can make those comments, but I'm a Pirates fan, so I really don't have a lot to talk about here.
Yeah, the Yins are about to have a heartbreak as the U's are going to come back here. That 3 is good from Soren Reese.
I will share, if anyone's interested, we got a couple of All-Stars we're willing to trade for a hot dog and a bag of chips. Just hit up our GM. We'll make a heck of a deal, man.
Is Ace Reiser.
In fact, if we could trade our ballpark, we'd do that too.
He's getting back in the twilight of their career just for the last little payday run.
Yeah.
Blackham sends that ball to the corner. Zeke Wilson, 4-3. Said it last week, I'll say it again. That 3 is as wet as my drive off of hole 4 at the Green River Golf Course.
Of course, Dusty also talked about breaking clubs. I don't know if it was that same experience or different, but
it was the same experience.
Okay.
My favorite club ever.
I've never broken a club.
Yeah?
Never.
I've only broken like 1 by accident. This one was broken. I didn't
intentionally.
Okay, I threw it at a tree. It wasn't meant to go at a tree. Then Zeke again, back to back.
Right now he's throwing.
Like I put balls in the Green River. Zeke Wilson finding the bottom of the net.
Got a couple of big splash.
That 3's as tasty as a bacon cheeseburger at Race Tavern. It's a nice take and make. Castagneto, no. Ace Reiser. Oh, I went off the foot of Hunter Jackson, but got it back. Straight away 3. LaPrey got it.
Good look there for LaPrey from long range.
From Timpanogos High School. He was a late addition.
Okay.
As Blackham sends that out. Zeke Wilson. 3 threes for Zeke.
Man, dinosaurs may be extinct, but Zeke Wilson 3 is not. It is plentiful.
His uncle, the one thing he had is 8 flagrant fouls in his senior season. Zeke's hit 3 threes in the first 5 minutes.
8 flagrant fouls in one season?
One was real good against Dorset. he got his fouls worth. And I was on the call for it. And Zeke
hit it.
4 threes. Hey. You know? You go on a limb for a guy, say, hey, you should invite this kid. I think he'd do pretty well. Validated.
I'll tell you, man, he's shooting well in this open gym. Get it to Zeke. He's on the trail.
Yeah.
Outlet it.
5.
Heat check.
Oh. I have tried not to get too excited in the fall league stuff. I got personal connections. I could have gone Gus Johnson on that one. Coleman Atwater, no. Now he can't go full George Costanza. As Blackham down the lane.
Boy, tough shot.
It's a nice job of coming over and challenging that by Shaw. Oh, nice hands by Reese. And we'll stay here. It's a fun start to this one.
You know, it's hard. Can you maintain the separation you've created, the energy you've put on the floor? Uh-oh, Dusty. Don't think that one's got the distance.
Catcher got him distracted. Frankham kiss it off the glass. Two more bats. And the 3 from Shaw. Not quite there. Get ahead. Oh, a little too long there for Jagger. So 12-point lead. Come down the lane. Reiser cut off. Hunter Jackson comes back over. And ace.
You know, speaking of, there's the Philly Fanatic. Mm-hmm. Ace looked very frantic. Just all over, right? I mean, you see his speed, and it's not even just like lateral speed. It's just his ability to create some separation and an angle to get a shot away. Impressive.
Hunter Jackson with the long 2. And back to a 12-point game. Here's Ace Reiser. Lepre flat-footed, and the ball still goes for Lepre, his second 3.
I was thinking he had a big shooting night a couple weeks ago as well, didn't he?
Did. Castagnetto. We'll try to go up and under. Couldn't get it.
Yeah, nice defense there. The extension by DeGraff and Reed. We saw him make big defensive plays last week for the Daredevils.
Atwater into the corner. Ace Reiser. 4-3. State champion point guard with the Alpha Hawks. Still, I mean, I know the size of the thing, but man, the kid's so good. He'll play the next level, no doubt. Comey Okwar sends that out to Frankham. Now Hunter Jackson. Back out. Zeke Wilson. 4-3, his 5th 3 of the half.
I mean, he's almost beating the Daredevils himself. It's a 16-15 ball game right now.
Maybe you can get the night tonight for Zeke. Oh,
Get the ball.
It's Ace Reiser, man.
You even see Hunter Jackson just go over there and be like, my goodness, man, you got to be kidding me.
We saw him do that a lot in the state tournament.
Yeah.
Especially in the semifinals. His semifinal was an absolute showcase.
Certainly makes his coach's life easier. No coach of mine could ever say that, but
no coach of yours, you said, could say that?
Yeah, could ever say that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said Coach Mike, and I was like, Coach Mike, and I was like, wait, Coach of mine.
Yeah, coach of mine. I never had a Coach Mike.
I could say the same thing. You met Coach Fawcett.
Yeah.
He didn't make my life easier either. Okwar hitting the ball in the corner. 3, he knew it was off. Blackham gets his own board.
Nice.
Goes back up with the left hand. That's one way to atone for the shot.
Yeah, that's a good way to put a smile back on your coach's face after not loving the previous shot. Good response there.
Reiser to Coleman Atwater. Flat. Board to Castagnetto.
I hate it when that ball just dies. You always hear long shots. You get long rebounds.
Oh. A little bump there on the miss. Come back the other way. Stephen LaPrey is fouled, and he'll go to the line 1 for 2.
Where'd you say LaPrey's out of?
Timpanogos. He's a Timberwolf.
And Blackham again. Oh. Oof.
And Jagger Frankham can't get the putback to stick. Coleman Atwater, transition 3, no. And as Castagneto pulls down the rebound. The Provo Bulldog, Castagneto, hands it back to Blackham out of West Jordan. Frankham from Ridgeline. Hunter Jackson has that one poked away from behind by Atwater. Here comes Ace Reiser. Goes at Castagneto. And another +1 finish from Ace Reiser.
You know, we were blown away with the long ball that we saw from Zeke, but how about Ace Reiser? He's attacking differently, but he's a man on a mission right now. Zeke's been unstoppable from beyond the arc, and Ace has been unstoppable from within the arc.
Blackham sends to the corner. Soren Reese off on the triple, and that's off the hands of Coleman Atwater.
Were you a yeller on a closeout?
No. I didn't really talk that much.
Dusty, come on.
I've
known you for a long time.
I really didn't talk a whole lot when we played. Kyle will verify. I really wasn't much of a talker.
All right.
I might yell at an official. I didn't talk to the other players. Oh, nice throw inside, and Blackham with the finish. That's just Kyle did all the talking for me when we played stuff together. Oh, nice hands. Blackham. Okwar on the run. Oh, no, he couldn't get it. Blackham tracks it down. He'll pull up.
I'm not going to lie. Blackham's a little Energizer bunny tonight.
He is. Atwater is fouled by Jackson. He'll put Coleman at the line to shoot 1 for 2.
And Blackham right now is getting opportunity after opportunity, creating with his defense and his hustle.
That one comes off, and Okwar lost the handle, and fell on the floor. Cameron Wilson was trying to finish that. Three was short, rebound to Frankham.
Well, that's a tough closeout.
Oh, Reese reverse and score.
That was that man right there who had that closeout, made that shot difficult, and then quickly down the floor. Outlet sees him. Nice job.
Send it back out. Coleman Atwater. Fall away. Atwater. Davis Dart with the bucket. Reiser with the block.
That's been a fun battle. Blackham and
it is.
Reiser, right? You've seen it escalating. Ace winning the better end of that one.
Well, would have been an old region rivalry matchup for them. I'm sure growing up, Bingham and West Jordan, and Ace transferred to Alta last year. And a traveling violation on Soren Reese.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
By the way, Kyle chimed in and said, I didn't talk because I couldn't back it up. Well, that's your opinion.
Well, you did say that he did your talking for you, so maybe that's why he felt like he had to, Dusty.
Sure.
Hey, he's joining us next week?
Yeah. Just commentator next week, Kyle Wilson.
Awesome.
I haven't told Dinstat, but yeah. So
he'll be fine. You've put a lot bigger constraints on Vince than that before.
I've done projects on Vince all the time.
Vince will be like, "That's it, just a third? Cake, man, no problem. You want a fifth or a sixth? Then we got a problem." But
and the 3 from Reiser. And yeah, that little cushion that was out there for the Lightning now gone, down 1. We saw this in Game 2 tonight. It was a 17-point deficit, and the Alley Cats came back to win by 7. Reiser with the strip of Oakwar. Oh, nice job of running the floor, and Coleman Atwater extends the lead to 3 off the beautiful pass from Isaac Miller. Jagger Frankham in the lane. 1-point game.
I love that quick little move with Jagger. Usually you see guys in the block kind of back it down and two-hand it. Jagger, it's just so smooth. That dribble just almost flows right up to that little hook.
Oh, nice blow by, and Miller with the layup. Pardon me, that's not Miller, that's DeGraff and Reed. So 3-point game, and Jagger Frankham comes right back. Pulls it back within 1.
I haven't seen Jagger as much this year, and obviously tough coming down from Cache Valley, but he's had a nice start of this first half. High-scoring first half. Goodness.
Yes, absolutely. Well, between Zeke Wilson's 5 threes and then the +1s and 3-pointers from Ace Reiser, and he thought he was fouled. Mr. Official says no. Come right back to Graffenried, fouled by Frankham. Jagger wants a jump ball. For one coach, he's into it.
Tell you what, let's have the 2 coaches go rock, paper, scissors for the call.
And a free throw. Well, neither of them stand at the same time, apparently. One coach stands, the other one sits down. So Oakwar will come off the floor. And the free throw good from DeGraff and Reed.
I did think that was pretty good defense on Jagger. The problem with that is often that offensive player, in their continuation of the play, well, often you'll see that contact come and get called. I don't always love that personally, but not uncommon.
And that was a foul from behind on the board and put back there for Frankham. So Jagger out of Ridgeline High School does make the 1 for 2, and that's 6 points. Consecutively for Jagger is Ace Reiser, fall away. Nice, so good. Love watching Ace. Love to watch him all basketball season.
I mean, what do you do? What do you do?
Pray. That's how it doesn't go. Reiser. Ace gets in the lane.
Of course.
Oh, no call on the floor.
Now, in fairness, that was his habitual shooting motion.
Now, we stopped the clock and then restarted it. And then stopped it and restarted. So I'm a little behind. Inbound to Miller. No. Rebound to Frankham. Here comes Castagnetto. Castagnetto +1. And we're tied at 40.
Nice drive there. Recognizes he's got Atwater out of position. He's got that little lane, and Coleman, that contact coming over.
Well, I better hope the Phillies don't have Brandon Marsh coming up.
Well, I'll tell you this. Your best hitters could be done for the night. You need to get guys on base, Dusty.
Could be's a big C. Oh, Atwater. Nice hezzy. Castagnetto doesn't get that one to go. Here comes Reiser, sends it to the corner. Miller misses on the 3. Gets it back. A little jumper from Wilson, flat. In the hands of Ace Reiser. 4-3.
The scoring table right now is pretty impressed with number 48.
Blackham. Off the front of the iron. So at the end of one half, it is the Butte Daredevils 45 and the Rockford Lightning 40. You're watching the Utah Top 50 on KSLSports.com and the Rewind Sports Network. Start of the second half, Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart. There's, a high-flying first half, bunch of threes, some plus ones, and a 5-point lead for the Butte Daredevils.
I mean, honestly, if Ace Reiser's not on the floor tonight, you can say Zeke Wilson's been the best performer. Right now, he's probably just slightly behind Ace, but look, we got a whole other half to go. See if we can find another couple of threes and get his group back in this one.
And Reese can't get that one.
I shouldn't say back in it. They're in it.
They're in it, yeah.
Right, but he's got 15 of their 40. Could certainly use a couple more of those to keep pace with this man.
Algebra says they'd make 10 tonight. At least on the movie Big, that's what they try to teach you. Oh, man, back cut from Coleman Atwater. Came that Princeton cut. Soren Reese. Blocked. Nice job by Shaw on the recovery. Ace. Reese off his feet. Step through. Traveling violation. Let's say back in our day, you couldn't do all that stuff.
I once had an official call a traveling because the pivot foot rotated.
Rotated?
Rotated. Didn't leave the ground, rotated. Yeah, that was what we had to deal with.
And Comey Okwar, 4-3. They made different rules in Idaho?
No, it's what was so confusing.
Oh, man. Ace Reiser. There's one guy you got to keep your eye on. It is Ace Reiser.
Well, can't leave him unguarded and can't leave him half the floor.
Yeah. Soren Reese has that back to Wilson. Zeke goes down the lane. Left hand blocked away by Shaw. You don't see that a lot in Carbage region. 3 from Atwater off the mark. Soren Reese at the board.
Where'd he come from?
Hunter Jackson, no. And Shaw with the board. On the drive to Graffenried.
We have a couple rosters where hey, they got 2 or 3 bigs. This Daredevil team feels like they've got all the best guards. Look, they don't. There's plenty of other guards, but man, you look at the depth here. Tough.
Reese couldn't get that one. Come back with the Graffenried. Coleman Atwater. Drives at Hunter Jackson. Snap it to the corner. Big fella for 3. It stays in.
Oh, Reiser.
Oh, nice save. Coleman Atwater
Why
with
not?
the layup.
DeGraffenried with the hustle to keep it in play, and Reiser with the eyes up. What was this, 18-8?
Yeah, 18-8. Move it around to that's Miller. No. Castagnetto with rebound. Yeah, and then Ace got going. The other players got going too. Jackson to Wilson. Zeke pull up at the free throw line. No. Oh, a little nifty pass. But the nifty gifty didn't find the bottom of the net. And we'll go back to the Lightning.
Look, if we're in the middle of the season, that's a top 5 play if he makes it.
For sure.
Hear that, Ace? I got to see that in the regular season.
Coach Travis Orn will love that.
He'd have no problem with it. Yeah.
If it goes in, send it back out. Hey! You hit the square, I guess, The Soren Reese banks that one in.
Here's a question. I don't know if this is true or not. I think it's at least 90%. If it hits the square, it goes in, right?
That's what they say.
So why don't we just train players to hit the square?
It's harder than it looks.
Is that the answer?
I don't know. Sure.
It's just a question, right?
Well, you do hit the square. I mean, you try to hit the square inside the arc. From deep, you got so much arc on it. It's not as true as that one's good from Castagnetto.
Well, just take away the arc and flatline it onto the square.
Physics ceases to exist at that point. Like the guy in My Cousin Vinny. I mean, water soaks into his grit faster on his stove than any other place in the earth.
The laws of physics do not apply at this point at this place, at this point in time. Yeah.
Tell me the law of physics ceased to exist on your stove?
You sure about those 5 minutes?
Love that movie.
It's so good.
For the graph and read.
So
Can't get it. Hunter Jackson sends out Castagnetto. Oh, fouled on the 3. I know that was a point of emphasis in the conversation I alluded to earlier with some officials and coaches getting ready for the year.
Was the follow through?
Was fouls on 3-pointers.
Do we get more of those blessed occasions?
Well, they talked about the execution of the officiating of making sure he's behind the line. Did he go straight up and all kinds of stuff? Why it can get missed?
Yeah. The leg kick is the hardest part of that for me, right?
Yeah. Is
a shooter really staying vertical? It's tough.
Fall away from Atwater. Coleman. We saw it here in top 50 last year. We saw in the season with Davis. Coleman can get going.
Yeah, that's a tough shot because normally that fade away, that turnaround, you're shooting away from the turn. That time he's shooting near side.
That was a big boy take and finish there by Hunter Jackson.
That's a young man that I've expected to see big games from, and he's had moments, right? But we'll get another opportunity to see him. I like his game and excited to see what he brings to Woods Cross this year.
Reiser leaves it for Shaw. Shaw got bodied by Frankham, sends it back around. LaPrey. A little miscommunication between he and Atwater. Go back to the Lightning. So a 9-point deficit. Blackham on the drive.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Atwater. Now Miller sends it back out to Shaw. 3 won't go. Rebound to Reese. Soren leaves it for Blackham. Castagnetto steps into a 3 and hits. Inside out threes.
You see a nice crawl back here from the Lightning. This game was in double figures.
Ooh, LaPrey. LaPrey's French for good. I can't back that up. This Jackson fouled on the drive.
We can roll with that. That shot was LaPrey. That defense was LaPrey.
Yeah, I don't know what good means.
Yeah, why not?
I was going to say I know it in Mandarin, but I couldn't remember that either.
In Spanish, it's bien.
Si.
Oui. That's French. Yeah.
I should text. Oh, Reagan's phone's off. I should text Reagan, ask her. Good in Chinese. Wow, we got a foul on that. We're going to put LaPrey at the line. I know in Cantonese, Zhang is excellent, at least according to Wayne's World. And of course, that's got to be accurate.
They do their research. They're not going to mess around with accuracy in a movie like Wayne's World.
Oh, it's a documentary, essentially.
Exactly.
And a good free throw. That was LaPrey. Frankham can't get that one to go. Contested from behind. Shaw over to Atwater. Oh, nice hands by Blackham.
He's been so good tonight.
I love the new thing in basketball, too, is essentially the lead blocker.
Yeah.
You got a guy coming, say, hey, I'm going to get in front of him.
Well, you see the same thing in football. What Jackson needed to do there was just get the arms up, right?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a block in the back. I'm just running.
High screen is what they call it. Blackham can't get it. Frankham with the board and put back. And it's an 8. Pardon me, we missed the bucket.
Here they come. Hanging around still.
I'm going to match what's in the building, 66-61. 3 from LePray. That was LePray. Well, we're going to take timeout, and they have it at 9:39. So, all right, timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. And welcome back. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart. Jackson sends inside to Frankham, and he lays it in. The floater, no. Here comes Hunter Jackson. Give it up to Blackham. Blackham pops it out to Castagnetto. Castagnetto on the drive and a nifty finish.
Boy, how about that late switch from Castagnetto? He's using that off arm to help with the lane, and then he goes right back to it at the rim late. Nice play.
Reiser hanging on a pivot. Wilson mid-range J is short. And go back to Lightning. Wilson comes in for Jackson. Castagnetto again for 3. 1-point game.
Yeah, it was Zeke Wilson with the long ball in the first half. It's been Castagnetto in the second half. He's at, 3 of those from long range?
Come back, 3, no. Oh.
Nice save.
I said the athletic rebound almost went awry. Blackham sends it back out. Castagnetto again for 3.
Boy, you can't come down and help with a guy that's shooting as hot as Castagnetto is in this second half. And just like that, the lead back to the Lightning.
Well, a timeout on the floor with the Daredevils and a 2-point lead for the Rockford Lightning. We'll be right back. So out of the timeout and a 2-point lead as Castagnetto and the Lightning come back to take a 2-point lead. Outside Ace Reiser drives at Comey-Okwar, sends it back out to Graffenried. Blackham shot his shot a little fast, but it'll be rebounded by Wilson on the backside.
That's team defense right there. A couple guys there.
Drop it in to Jagger Frankham. Wilson was willing to concede a little bit, and Jagger kind of turned at the exact same time as his arms went up. Castagnetto again. Oh. We're going to have a foul.
That's going to stay.
On Comey.
Yeah, that's going to stay here.
Oh, yeah.
He undercut him, right? You had Diallo who goes up vertically. You can't undercut a player.
Hey, good officiating.
Yeah. Look, if there were fans in here, there'd be a lot of booing, but it's the right call.
Castagnetto moving and getting the bucket. Oh, Ace Reiser.
That does not happen often.
Accurate Reiser. Usually dependable. Well, that could have been backcourt.
No, it was never established in the front court. All 3 points have to cross.
Okay. See, Dane reads the rule book. I take it in from osmosis. How do you think I got all this stuff in here? Osmosis? 3. No. Loose ball taken by Frankham. On the run, Blackham.
How about the swings we've seen in games tonight?
Man.
That hasn't been a play we've seen from Blackman often tonight.
It's a fortunate pass. Graffenried left his feet. Wilson at the rim, and don't leave any doubt. And it's a 2-point game. Castagneto blocked from behind. Coleman Atwater. Nice hands. Cool. Tied at 73. It didn't have to be perfect. It just had to get in.
I was going to say he had a riser there behind him, too. I thought he was going to leave that. I don't mind the take from Coleman. It's just got to make sure you finish it. He did.
Oh,
yeah.
Yep. Good hands by Graffenried.
I thought we were going to get the double dribble call there, but they do call it
jump ball. Well, you let it go. That was kind of an interesting one. I'll trust Mr. Official on that one. Don't know what you do, because he did get the block, was still in his hand. He let it go and come back with it. Shaw backside to Wilson, and he's fouled by Reese. As Hunter Jackson will come on for Castagneto. Aaron Castagneto been terrific in the second half, the senior from Provo. He and high school teammate Jason Carter have been really good.
Yeah.
As the free throw there for Wilson. Cameron Wilson out of Park City. Reese forcing his way to the hoop, gets the foul. And I'll put Soren Reese at the line. Another Highland Ram. We got 4 Highland Rams in the top 50.
Yeah, they could be good this year, huh?
Yeah, they're all part of Next last year.
Yep.
And this year, all part of the top 50. Another year under Coach Jones. Of course, we always send our best to former Mr. Rewind, Ryland, off to Fordham. Three from Reiser, no. Loose ball tracked down by Shaw. Ace along the baseline. Back up top to Atwater. Coleman on the drive at Blackham. Crawls up and in.
Coleman with a couple nice takes right to the rim here late. There's Atwater with the D. Yep. Not conceding any room there to Blackham. Oh, boy.
Back to Graffenried, lays it in. And a 4-point advantage now for the Daredevils. This has been a game of runs.
Yeah, just late recognizing that ball was going to be in play, and Reiser and company took advantage.
Zeke pull up from the junction. A little forced on that one.
Again, it feels like miscommunication defensively, just late to get to their assignments.
Blackham on the run. Blackham sends it out to Jackson. Shaw fouled him. It'll be Jackson going to the line.
Now, to circle back to that conversation, definitely vertical. Definitely a foul. That's one not many people are going to have concerns about.
Yeah.
The ones where you clip the hangnail, that's where I think people get a little...
Well, what one coach pointed out, according to sources, is that guys that kind of get touched on the elbow or the wrist and not having it called. Like, it might not be a major-looking foul, but it is a foul nonetheless, and that's what gets missed. Help us understand why. A lot of the meeting was about learning how to communicate better between officials and coaches.
Hey, maybe we should do that in other sports too, eh?
You want to sit down with some fans? No foul on the floor, no shot.
We could probably just make a social media post.
Because we all know social media posts are 100% saturation. Like movies and people sitting around watching the news. In movies. Always the move.
Oh, boy.
And the three. We're probably lay up there for the Graffenried. And they got it as a 4-point game in the building, so I'll match it.
Couple defensive breakdowns here late.
I'm thinking they missed a point on the 3-point free throw.
Do you want to yell it?
No.
Oh, he's thinking about it. There it is. Blackham.
Blackham comes down to lay it in.
81-80.
Again, got to get this D set up. I got it.
So it truly is 81-80. We'll deal with it later. Coleman Atwater, short on the 3, tipped out, taken by Blackham. Well, last shot of the game. Can't hold back anything now. Oh, out to Castagnetto. Castagnetto jab step 3. Guess he's looking for the 2-for-1.
Which I don't mind, but it doesn't do you any good if you don't get a stop here.
Well, if I'm going to stop here, guy at the plate's guaranteed out to clutch situations. Here comes Reiser. Ace with 8 on the shot clock. Drive right to the lane, and that's the dagger.
That clock's still running. Doesn't stop. Got to move.
Castagnetto stuck.
That's good D, Atwater.
And the 3 wide to the left. And 5 seconds left. Imagine we'll just inbound and dribble out. And that's what we'll see. Man, fun game tonight between the Lightning and the Daredevils. Daredevils take this one 83-79. Dane, outwent. Your final thoughts on a selection of the top 50 player of the game.
Man, a great game, back and forth. Both teams had good runs, nice leads. Really impressed by the effort on both sides, especially hot starts and comebacks and good resolve. I have Ace Reiser. I mean, that's as impressive as the displays you'll see, helping the Daredevils come back in that first half and then help put it away.
Absolutely. Again, our final score: the Daredevils 83, Lightning 79. Our top 50 player of the game, Ace Reiser. When we see you next week, it'll be at the Delta Center. 3 games for the boys at the Delta Center, 3 games for the girls as well. For Austin Bigelow and Dane Stewart, I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and for watching Top 50 Basketball on KSL Sports and the Rewind Sports Network.